Thanks so much for coming over. I'm Stacy. These are my Burmese, and welcome to BurmesePleez. Now, I've been a CFA registered cattery since 2010, so that's just about 10 years now. And recently, a bunch of my friends and family members have been telling me that I should do a weekly podcast featuring my gorgeous cats and talking about what I do here as a registered CFA breeder. So I'm going to introduce you today to a few of my kitties and then demonstrate what I do when I have a kitten mama, or as we breeders like to call, queen, is due to have a litter. Okay, so let's see who's around. Excuse me. All right, this handsome boy right here is Tamuka. Now, Tamuka is a 7-year-old sable male Burmese. He's also a neuter, and as you can see, he is the king of our castle. Now, Tamuka is a CFA Grand Premier, which means he's beaten 75 other cats in the show ring. So he's a pretty good-looking guy, and he's a nice example of everything I'm looking for when I breed a Burmese. Now, he's called Sable for this nice, dark, rich chocolate brown cover. It's all over his whole body. As you can see, he doesn't have any spots. He doesn't have any barring, any stripes. He's just completely solid, no white lockets anywhere on his body. And he's the same color all over. He's also got a nice bulldog stance, which means that his legs kind of bow outward a little bit from the front. He's got a big barrel chest. He's nice and cobby, which means short in the body. He's also much heavier than he looks. Burmese are known as bricks wrapped in silk because of the heavy musculature that they all possess and this silky, smooth coat that is so soft to the touch. They also shed very little because they don't have an undercoat. They just have a single coat. So you can see he's really shiny, and there's not even too much hair coming off of him. So Buka also has big gold round eyes. All Burmese cats only have gold eyes, no matter what color they come in. As far as their fur, their eyes are always this beautiful Burmese gold. Now because he's gotten a little older, his have faded a little bit to yellow. But if you look at this little girl here, this is Connie Francis. She's a platinum Burmese, and she's a youngin'. She's just about 5 months, and she has bright gold eyes, and that's because she's just a baby. Now she is looking, oh, here you go. She loves to play. She was also just spayed, so that's why you can see the little shave on her belly. She's going to be a pet kitten. So say hi to your family. Say hi to your family, Connie Francis. She's going to be leaving with us as soon as it's safe to do so. But you can see just how big and gold her eyes are. Now, her color is called platinum. And for platinum, once again, their color should be even all over. It's this beautiful, shimmery white color. And they do have points that you can see on their ears. So she's got these darker gray markings on her ears, and we call those points. She's also got some right here and on her nose, and that's pretty much the only place that she has points. And the Burmese, they're not supposed to have pointed legs. It's really preferable if they don't. So she's a really pretty example. You can see again, her coat is really silky and soft, but she doesn't have the heavy boning and musculature that Tamuka had. So if I was keeping her, which I'm not, she's a little too slight for use in a breeding program, but if I were to breed her to a male, I'd want to make sure I bred her to a male that really did have a full heavy body and thick heavy boning, so that would bring those genetic characteristics into their kittens. Okay, that's enough about Burmese now. Let me take you upstairs and show you my kitten room and introduce you to my kitten mom, Sunny, who's due any day to have a litter of kittens. Here we are. Thanks for joining me up in the BurmesePleez Queen and Kitten Room. This beautiful sable girl here is BurmesePleez on a sunny day. And once again, she's a sable Burmese. She's just about 2.5 years old. She's had 3 previous litters for me, and every time she's had either 2 or 3 kittens, which is kind of a small litter. Yeah, Sunny is a talker. She likes to meow and let everybody know she's here. Here she is. She's also kind of cranky because, you know, when women get to be 9 months pregnant, they get a little ornery. And that's kind of how Sunny's feeling. She's 9 weeks pregnant, full-term gestation for a Burmese cat, or actually any cat, is 9 weeks. So you can see she has a full belly of kittens. And I'm guessing, yes, you don't like that, do you? Okay, let me put you back. I'm guessing that she's probably got maybe 4, maybe more kittens that she's going to deliver in the next couple of days. So anyway, what I usually do, obviously from the day that the cats are bred, I mark on my calendar, and usually they're bred over a period of 3 to 4 days. I have them with the male cat. You know, I make sure that I confirm several matings a day. And then I mark on my calendar 3 weeks. And then I check the cats at 3 weeks, and I look at their mammary glands, at their nipples. And typically their nipples go from being very small and white to more swollen and a dark pink color. And at that point it's called pinking up. So their nipples pink up at about 3 weeks, and you know that they're pregnant. You can pretty much confirm that they're pregnant. They also stop coming into heat, which cats pretty much spend their lives in heat 1 week and then out of heat the next week, and then in heat 1 week and then out of heat the next week. So if they haven't come back into heat in 3 weeks, there's also a pretty good chance that they're pregnant. So once I verify that they're pregnant, and obviously I did that with my beautiful sunny day here, I mark off 63 days or 9 weeks, which is full-term gestation. Now, obviously, it's just like women. It's very rare that a cat will have their litter of kittens on their due date. Sometimes they do, but usually I found my girls usually go a little bit late. But anyway, about 2 days before their due date, I like to isolate them up here in the kitten room away from the other cats, so that they can be quiet and just start getting ready. Obviously, they have their litter box, food, water, and then I also prepared this little birthing box for them. Now, the first thing that I put in is a heat pad. All right, so now I have here a bunch of towels, and I usually line the queening box with a bunch of different towels. First, I take the blanket and wrap it around the heating pad so that it doesn't get dirty, and also just to kind of make it not be so hot, the heating pad. I keep it on low anyway. And then I layer my towels, and I kind of learned to do this over the years because, you know, cats will have several different kittens, so there'll be several births. And every time there's a birth, there's a good amount of fluid, blood, and so sometimes the towels can get really wet. So what I like to do is remove them as the delivery progresses. I can remove different layers of towels. So for now, it's going to be nice and soft there for her to snuggle in on. But then as she's actually having the kittens, when she's delivering them, I can remove these towels one at a time, and she'll still have someplace nice and warm and dry to have her kittens, and I won't have to move her or upset her too much. So that's pretty much all that I do. I also keep a box of rags nearby because when the kittens are born, I want to quickly grab them and rub them dry. I rub them really roughly to get their blood circulating, to get their respiration going, to get any retained fluid out of their lungs. And I also usually just need a scissor to cut the umbilical cord off from the placenta, which is delivered after the kittens. So hopefully you'll be back in a couple of days, in a day or two, and we'll get a nice video of Sunny having her babies. Will that be good, Sunny? Now the final thing that I do, let me shut the door, is cats like to be in like a nice, safe, quiet den where it's dark and they do not feel vulnerable. So typically what I do is just put a sheet over the entire cage so that she'll feel all enveloped and secure and safe to have her baby. Also in the kitten room at this time is this beautiful girl. Her name is Peppermint of BurmesePleez. She's what's called a champagne Burmese. Champagne are kind of a tan color, and typically they have dark brown points on their muzzle and ears, and then a little bit darker points on their legs and tail. So she is a beautiful champagne. Again, the beautiful big yellow eyes. And I'd like to share with you her litter of 4 little champagne kittens. Here they are. Now, I always name litters with a theme. So these kittens were named after designer. These are designer babies. So right here we have, let's see, Red. Red is Laurel Birch. Of course, she's a little female. And again, not quite 3 weeks. Not quite 3 weeks. 3 weeks tomorrow she'll be. All right, so there's Laurel. Yeah, they don't like to be handled much at this age. They just meow loudly. This little girl here is the biggest in the litter. Her name is Vera Bradley. She was also the first one born. Yes, there you go. Oh, I have to kiss you. And who else is this? Okay. Oh, this is the boy, the lone dude in the litter. And this is Calvin Klein. Hi, Calvin. There he is. And last but not least, I have here Coco Chanel. Here she is, Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel is a gorgeous kitten. She has beautiful, beautiful Burmese type. So I am going to be keeping an eye on this girl. Now, she's the tiniest in the litter, but she's definitely showing the most promise. You can see her ears are really, really low set. Her muzzle is really short, and her eyes are big and wide set. So we'll keep checking back in with Coco, and we can follow their growth in the weeks to come. All right, bye guys. Mwah! Oh, here, get some lunch. Milk bar is open. Milk bar is open. Here you go. Here you go. Come on, come on. This will quiet them down quick. Believe me. All right, there. You got your baby. Yes, Peppermint. You're a wonderful mom. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for coming.